It's big. It's gigantic. It's the Toyota of Hollywood Super Sale. Over 2,000 Toyotas from just $17,988. Like a Corolla LE, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. Join the fun and get a super deal at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
When it comes to selling your home, efficiency is the best way, the less stress way. That's why Asmani Garcia and the Omega Home Realty Group is who you want to call. Sell your home for just $990. That's right, $990. No 6% commission. Asmani and Omega are the exclusive program director for just $990 in South Florida. Get full service real estate services like pro photos, beautiful brochures, Zillow and Alex, Realtor.com and Homes.com listings. Call Asmani to find out more at 305-440-1990. Scan the QR code or visit just990.com to get started. Omega Home Realty Group and Asmani Garcia are ready to present your home to thousands of prospective buyers. Call 305-440-1990. Call Asmani Garcia and tell him Big O sent you.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Where can you drive a new Acura ZDX for only $439 a month? There's just one place, Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty! Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome aboard. Time to have some fun here on the program. It is Monday, March 31st, the last day of the month, the end of the quarter. Also, on top of all of that, and the Dow's down 132 points to wake us up in the morning. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day in the market wood. A beautiful day in the market hood, that is. Oh, the green, would you be mine? Not the red. Not the red. Not the red. Ooh, a little too much light there. Anyway. All right. What else do we have? We got a lot of things going. What's this breaking stuff? Stanford is hiring veteran NFL coach Frank Reich as the school's interim football coach for the 2025 season. All right. So there you go. Stanford getting Frank Reich. All right. That's coming across Pete Thamel. Breaking that story. I think he's the Athletic, right? I think. Not sure, man. Everybody changes constantly in this business. Anyway, I wonder what we're going to talk about today on the show, huh? Oh man, there's good stuff going on. Obviously, the Panthers, I know they lost to the Canadians, but they're kicking ass and they're fine and they'll be good, and they just got Marchand, and they'll get Kachuk by the end of the year, and we'll be off and running. So I'm looking forward to it. We got the Canadians again, by the way. It's kind of like that NBA funky schedule. They play them on Tuesday, so we'll see what happens after losing to them 4-2. Got outplayed. That's just kind of the way it goes. Heat have won 4 in a row. Look good. I'm sporting my hat. And by the way, you can get this at Caneswear. And remember, use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off. But the Heat are playing well. Ware with a perfect game on Saturday night. So they've got the Wizards tonight at 7 o'clock. So we'll have a little fun with that. So we've got Heat tonight, and they're playing well. And then congratulations to Nova Southeastern University. They win the Division II national title once again for the second time in 3 years. Jim Crutchfield, the head coach of Nova Southeastern University Sharks, leads the boys to another championship. It's impressive. 36-1 this season. That is awesome. And, dude, they won 74-73. Okay, so, I mean, the entire season came down to 1 point. 1 point. And they had to defend their lead at the end of that game, too, if you watched it. So it was edge-of-the-seat stuff, dude. And they ended the season with a 23-game winning streak. So, you know what, Sean Stanley? I think we got to give those Sharks a big, ginormous, delicious cigar. That was pretty awesome, dude. That was pretty awesome. Pretty damn awesome. Give the Miami Heat a victory cigar. Good shit, man. Good shit. The Inter Miami squad got it done against the Philadelphia Union. They got no freedom. They got locked down. And Inter Miami, the Pinks, the Herons, the whatever, La Rosa y Negra, right? They do that. They got it done. 2-1. Give them a victory cigar. So, good shit, man. Good shit. Inter Miami, by the way, their second squad is in action against Miami FC tomorrow. U.S. Open Cup action. So, I think it'll end there for them because Miami FC is better. So, and I would expect Miami FC to be in that new USL, the 3 tiers, and the highest tier. The I forgot the names of the tiers now exactly, but I would imagine that Ricardo Silva, who spends some money, he's got some money. He's probably going to be in that high tier of the USL. Anyway, so there you go. And then Wednesday we got CONCACAF action against LAFC. Did you see that shit, Sean? On Wednesday? Did you catch that? The game against LAFC is coming up. Did you yeah, it's this Wednesday, but did you preview it just for the fuck of it? Just forgive my French, just for the fuck of it.
No, I haven't looked at it at all. No.
Okay, it's an 11:30 start.
So it's in LA? This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
8:30 for them, so it's not bad for them. Holy shit, dude. Wednesday night, we're going to be up. Well, I don't know about we, but I know I am. I don't know if Sean, because Sean wakes up even earlier than I do because he has to take the kids to school. I don't do that anymore. I used to have to do that kind of stuff years ago. I don't do that anymore. But wow, dude, I'm going to be going to sleep at 1:30 in the morning because it'll easily go 2 hours, maybe 2:10, 2:15 if we have, a little extra time or whatever. And, something delay or something, but I'm going to sleep late, dude. It starts. I tried to check that. I'm like, okay, is this like right? It's 11:30 start. Jesus Christ, dude. Damn, bro. Holy shit. 11:30 start. Can you check that on your end, Sean, to make sure? Because, the MLS site isn't the most accurate one. Because the MLS site it says Inter Miami versus Miami FC tomorrow. It doesn't say Inter Miami CF2. No, it doesn't say this. It's just Inter Miami CF. And you're like, it's not the big club playing in the US Open, but they don't fix that. So maybe they have the time wrong, and I'm
No, it looks like Wednesday there's 2 late games. Vancouver and Pumas starts at 9:30, and then LAFC Inter Miami starts at 11:30 on this leg 1.
Damn.
And then when they switch it, Inter Miami and LAFC will start at 8 when they're here, and Pumas Vancouver starts at 10:30.
That's crazy, dude. That's just pure insanity, brother. Okay? Pure insanity. Just like it's pure insanity when you need, lawn care service and you need your home, your business to look fantastic. It is pure insanity to not call our friends at Cutter's Edge Pro. So William Quigley and the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro can come through for you. So make sure you call them, 954-472-0622. Tree trimming, landscape design, outdoor lighting, irrigation, synthetic turf. Oh, whoa. Love that synthetic turf. My dogs love that synthetic turf. You know what? What I have to do, I've been telling you guys for a while. I've got to do a new video, and then I got to send it to Sean. And then Sean, obviously, he gets to do all the fun shit, like the real work. And kind of show you like a before and after, like how the landscaping and how the trees have grown and everything. It's kind of really cool. It's been over 3 years. So, it's really, really cool. And by the way, now's when you want to do all this stuff before the storm season and all that. So call our friends, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. William Quigley is the owner, and expect excellence is exactly what you're going to get. Not one blade of grass going through our artificial turf. That's 3 years in. I already told you the story about a buddy of mine that he called Cutter's Edge Pro, and then he called around and he wanted to save a couple of bucks, and he did it a little bit cheaper, and he got blades of grass within 6 months going through it. I told him, bro, that's right. We have a saying in Spanish. It doesn't sound as good in English. Lo barato sale caro. So the cheap ends up becoming expensive. It doesn't sound as good in English as it does in Spanish. But it's one of those things that you sometimes you can cut a little corner here and there, but you pay the price for it then, and that's what he did. Now he was in a lawsuit and all that, and whatever. So it is what it is. So have fun with that. But if you really want it done right and everything treated fairly and everything, William Quigley and the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro. So give them a ring, good people. What do we have here? Joseph says, I know that fiscally it can happen. However, if it could, I would at least entertain Hill. I don't like the kind of energy in my locker room. So let's get into Tyreek Hill first and foremost before we get into any of the owners' meeting stuff and all that other. But let's, because I've addressed this. But it just, and look, I get the media side of it. Most of the media really has no insight. Some of the media might have a little bit of insight, but they don't have maybe the story. And then some of them, they just got to go with it because since they don't know what's going on, they got to cover their ass. And they're not like me that I'll just tell you, boom, look, this is not going to happen. And I don't entertain it, right? So I get why media, and they have to play the clickbait game too. If you're a Dolphins exclusive writer, that's all you talk about, that's all you write about. Well, you got to use this as a tool to tease you. And let's be honest, okay? A lot of you want to be lied to, okay? You don't really want to hear the truth. The truth is no fun, okay? You'd rather be strung along and told, maybe the Tyreek Hill trade and this and that. And so I've told you from the get-go, there will be no trade, okay? And you guys have to understand all of this, okay? You got to let it go. Look, I understand Tyreek Hill is not a smart individual. In fact, he's rather dumb. I mean, just look at his life. You know what I mean? The guy's popping a kid with a different woman every couple of months. So this is not a very smart dude. Okay. This is an incredibly dumb dude that was gifted by the Lord with just great talent. And he's mishandled that too. Okay. On top of all of that, he's mishandled that okay. And so now comes out, go ahead and show the tweet, Sean. Jason from Over the Cap, he's asked about who's the most likely player to be traded, and he puts Tyreek, and then Tyreek puts up the peace sign again, and all that, and so it triggers this whole thing, and that's good, Sean. We're good with that already. And so you guys have to understand this, okay? Tyreek Hill has no value. None. Teams are going to call you. Oh, hey, you looking to get rid of him? Yeah, I know. He's been a real pain in the ass. So what are you going to do on your end? Try to talk it down. Oh, no, he's great. He's fantastic. No, he's a pain in the ass. He's an immature punk that constantly gets in trouble, that doesn't know how to behave like a normal human being off the field, constantly doing stupid shit. So nobody's going to offer you anything. Did you watch the trades that were made this offseason? I don't know. Would you like to go over some of those trades, Sean, and find out so people see that they weren't trading the world for some players that had no baggage? This guy's got baggage and a major salary. Nobody wants that. And if they're going to deal with it, they'll tell you, yeah, we'll give you a 5th or 6th rounder. So is Joseph or any of you out there that want to keep asking about Tyreek and trade him and all that, do you understand that nobody's giving you a high pick for a guy that can get arrested at any moment now? At any moment, he can be arrested because he's constantly doing stupid shit. And if he's not happy, like he wasn't happy even in Kansas City when they were winning, because he wasn't getting paid, and now he's not happy here even when he's getting paid. You know, he's got the Jimmy Butler disease. Who the fuck wants that? And who the hell is going to pay you anything for this clown? No one. No one. So I'm not exactly sure what reality some of you people live in. Okay? Do you remember what DK Metcalf was traded for? At all, Sean? Do you remember? Just go look. Go look at the deals.
I was on Debo. Debo got a 5th round.
Does he? I'm sorry. Did his kid light the house on fire? Did he attack an old man at a pier? Did he break an IG's leg? Is he doing 60 miles an hour on game day at the stadium? I'm just wondering. Does he get women pregnant every couple months, different women? Does he file for a divorce and then blames it on somebody else? Does he quit on the team? I'm wondering, does Debo have any of that going on for him? I don't get an answer at all, Sean. That's a no. Oh, I'm sorry. He went for a 5th rounder. Like, how stupid are some of you people out there? Really stupid. Because you fall for all this shit. And dude, I get it if you're a beat writer. I get you people are dumb out there. So I can write articles about it. Maybe they should trade Tyreek. Let me write my opinion. I'm a columnist. They should trade Tyreek, even though I'm not dealing with reality. Oh, little podcaster out there doing his YouTube show. They should trade Tyreek. Yeah, but you don't think about reality, do you? Everybody's got an opinion, and they don't actually have the facts. And when you throw the facts out there, it throws cold water on everything. Yes, sir.
The DK Metcalf was a 2nd and a 7th for Metcalf and a 6th.
And they get back something, right? They get back a pick.
They get Metcalf and a 6th for a 2nd and a 7th.
Right.
The totality of the deal.
The 6th and the 7th are a swap. You got it for a 2nd rounder. And then you had to give him a big contract. And he has no baggage whatsoever. You're not getting anything for Tyreek. Nobody's giving you a goddamn thing for Tyreek. A 6-pack of Schaefer, a 5th, a 6th, a 7th rounder, whatever. If he doesn't get arrested in the next year and he plays whatever, it'll go up to a 4th or something. So they're screwed, as I told you. What had to happen is what I told you all out there. But most of you that are now, the funny part is the Josephs of the world didn't want to. Joseph wanted to give Tyreek that contract last year. Joseph is the guy that wants to keep Tyreek happy after 2 1,700-yard seasons. Orlando Alzagari is the one that said, don't give him any more money. The time has come to part ways. I know it's difficult after 1,700-yard seasons. So there's too many of you out there that you want to be lied to. There's too many of you out there that refuse to look at the facts. Nobody wants this clown. Nobody wants this fool. Nobody wants this idiot. It's all of you demanding a trade. It's him saying, whatever, I want out. Have you seen anybody on the other side say, oh, we want Tyreek? Has that ever happened? Have you seen any reports that somebody wants him? Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. And nobody, even if you had to force it, nobody's going to give you anything. And the Dolphins know that. And so they're stuck like Chuck with him. But writers, columnists, podcasters, radio shows, most of them have no insight on what's really going on behind the scenes. Most of them are just going for clickbait because that's what their editors, that's what their program directors want, that's what their producers lead them to, because that's what you guys want. That's it. You don't want the plain old truth that we try to give you all the time here on the show. To tell you, hey, bro, don't listen to any of that shit. They're not ever going to trade for Taylor, and they're not trading for Cook. But no, you could go ahead and, read Joe Shad's article and Feronis and Dave Hyde and all the writers talk about Dalvin Cook in the news. That's their job. I'm just going to tell you, there'll be no Dalvin Cook. And then that's it. And then they can all talk about Wilkins and, oh, my God, you got to have him back. And, and you go listen to a radio show and they say, no, he's the heart and soul of the team. And no, he's gone. So it's going to happen. It's just the way it is. But I get the clickbait world. I just don't play that game. I'd rather just say it outright, tell you what's going to happen, and, 99% of the time I'm going to be right. Am I going to be wrong? Yeah, dude, I'm going to get it wrong. Look, the Tyreek Hill one. They didn't want to pay him. By the way, they always have, Sean, don't they always say that I'm tied to Chris Greer? So if Chris Greer tells me they're not paying Tyreek, how come they paid Tyreek then? Oh, it must have been Stephen Ross that wanted to pay him because if Chris Greer, supposedly he tells me everything, right? Like, oh, no, you're Chris Greer's cheerleader or whatever. And again, I like what he's done overall. Where they have screwed up is the coach. Unfortunately, I hate to say it. That's where it's really hurt because the talent's way better than that guy's produced. But what am I supposed to do? But I mean, it's a great. I just thought about that about a week or two ago, and I go, man, I should mention that for the hell of it. Because I do defend the guy, but it's like, okay, so if he tells me they're not, then why did they? Well, because I talked to a whole bunch of people in that building, and they weren't going to pay him. And then all of a sudden, shit changed. I don't know what changed, but they made a mistake there, and they should have never guaranteed him the money, and you would have been out of Tyreek. But you all have to stop. He can't go anywhere. And then if you trade him, the cap hit you take and the dead cap space. And you see how they've been this offseason where they had, can you imagine, Sean, if they had even more dead cap money, how much less they would be able to acquire? They haven't even gone out there and spent real big money. The Daniels kid is the biggest free agent they signed. And that's not a lot of money. And you guys want them to have less money in the offseason. It's just because, if you trade Tyreek, it accelerates all that money. And so you will have less money. You will have dead space. Again, let's leave the facts out. I'm the writer. Let me leave the facts out. I'm the columnist. Let me leave the facts out. I'm the radio host. Let me leave the facts out. I'm the podcaster or YouTuber. Let me leave the facts out. The same dude that's complaining that the Dolphins aren't really spending big money this offseason wants to also trade Tyreek so they can have even less money. You'll be signing players out of the UFL.
Actually, I think you'd be renting the players out of UFL week to week.
Yeah, basically. You'll be pulling a Brian Flores first-year makeover. Hey, here's 5 new guys. Meet the other guys. And they're meeting them in the huddle for the first time. That kind of shit. Let's just leave the facts out. Let's just avoid all the facts. Everything that's really going on, right? Because, of course, people are lined up to want Tyreek. It's the funniest shit. It's the funniest shit in the world. It really is. I have to laugh at how naive some of you are, how ignorant some of you are, how dumb some of you are, how some of you lack common sense. Like, you really can't put simple math together. Look at the disaster he is. Look at the disaster the Dolphins are in right now. Look at the hot seat they're in right now. Where does this tell you that this is actually something that's possible or smart to do for them? They're stuck. Even if they wanted to do it, it would put them at an even bigger disadvantage. They have to deal with this. And so do you. By the way, Welton Rayom, we got to talk about Welton Rayom, Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. They know how to get it done. 954-966-4646. Who knows? A guy like Tyreek could need him because they handle criminal defense. A guy like Tyreek could need them in bankruptcy. Homeowner property damage. A guy like Tyreek could definitely use them when you've got kids that'll light your house on fire. I mean, condo damage, I don't know if he has a condo somewhere, but that could happen. Business owner claims, well, I don't know. His business, he keeps tanking it. So, I don't know. Personal injury, well, that IG model that Tyreek broker, well, she should call Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. Commercial litigation, all kinds of things. So if you deal with some of the issues that Tyreek Hill has dealt, could be dealing with, and will be dealing with, you could also call Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom at 954-966-4646. By the way, the consultation is free. Okay, Tyreek? 954-966-4646. Go to the website, WRFLAlaw.com, and tell them that Big O sent you. Great people, too, man. Jeff Welt is salt of the earth. Daniel Rayom is just an absolutely awesome dude. Plus, he's a stunt pilot. Good stuff. Good people. Let me do a little roll call here. Joseph starting it off, of course. Jeff in Long Island. He says, I can't believe Dave Hyde on QAM with Joe said we need to trade Tyreek. Well, I mean, it's clickbait stuff. Dave's playing the clickbait game. Cosa Nostra, NorCal is waking and a bacon. Let's see. Gus 1388, True Fin fan, One-Eyed Jack, still enjoying the dip to accumulate. Do it, bro. And And with everything going on this week and the more tariffs and, what is it? Freedom Day or whatever he's calling it on April 2nd and all that, we're going to have a lot of volatility. So your stocks and everything else, it's just, let's just hope for the best, dude, because it doesn't look good right now. But for investment purposes, if you can weather the storm, you are going to absolutely kill it. So when I jack, you, sir, and myself, we're going to kill it. Joseph, Sam the Man, TJ Superman, Jamie Zoria in San Jose. I'm feeling good, my brother. Thank you for asking. I still have the concussion symptoms. I'm still dealing with that. Whenever I get out of the bed, I got to get out slowly because I will get lightheaded. No headaches, okay? No loss of memory, nothing, like there's a whole bunch of other symptoms that I could have, and I haven't had those. But I still have the lightheaded stuff that is affecting me. Cold is still affecting me because my head is still tender. Let's just put it that way. It's still, I still have a bump in the back of my head. They took the staples out. I had a terrible experience on Saturday. I was supposed to have my MRI, and I guess getting old or something, dude, or whatever. Not good for me, I gotta say. So I go to the MRI machine, and they put they put your whole body in there, right? And so when I get there, I see that they put the thing where I'm gonna lay down, and then they got this like basket where you put your head in, and then they put a face mask that locks it in, like your head is completely locked in. You can't get out, can't move. So already kind of a claustrophobic feeling, I gotta admit. And then they gave me these headphones because it's really loud in there. And then it was putting pressure on my head because I told you my head is still, I haven't recovered. If I get hit back here, I will see stars. It will knock my ass out still. And so it kind of was putting pressure, and I was like, oh, they put me in, and I was like, no, this ain't working. And so they took the headphones out, and then they gave me these like foamy earpieces, and I put them in. And so then they put me back in there, and I went for about 10 minutes. And then the guy stops, and he says, and dude, while I'm in there, I got to be honest. I'm trying to think positive thoughts. I'm trying to think of my wife. I'm trying to think of my dogs. I'm trying to think of my daughter. I'm trying to think of, just positive shit and just thinking of something, thinking of the beach. I was just thinking of like being on the coast, up on a house on a hill overlooking the water, which is kind of like my target in life. I was trying to think all those things, dude. And then, you got to be as still as possible. But deep down inside, it's still killing me that I'm in there and I'm trapped and all that bullshit. And I'm hearing, boom, bang. And then the guy stops and he goes, all right. And I'm supposed to be in there 25 minutes. So 10 minutes in, he stops and he goes, hey, so far, what I've gotten, it has not been good enough. You got to try to stay still. And I got to say that I think I barely moved. I really barely moved. And so I told the guy, so you're telling me we're going to have to repeat like the last 10 minutes here? And he goes, yeah. And I go, no, get me out of this shit. So I got out and I have to reschedule the MRI. Maybe they give me some dope or something. Anybody got any tips on what I do? because I did not handle it well. I got to tell you, I did not handle it well. My heart was racing. It's just like the breathing was just not normal. You're trying to think, and then all these noises and everything, and then my head is trapped, and it's just, it was really, it was a bad experience for me personally. You know what I'm saying? So if any of you have had this experience, or how to deal with it better, or you got any tips, I'd appreciate it immensely, because that wasn't fun, man. That wasn't fun. It was kind of like some kind of torture, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't feel good. So that's where I'm at with that. So anyway. What else do we have? Frankie Fresco and his Gators, Ray Sosa, Lenny Pena, Jay Gelfin, Alexis Palenzuela, John Padilla is out in San Jose. Well, you and Jamie Zorrilla should be hanging out. Josh is in. Rosendo Trufinfan, Skylar Tipton, Lisa Rose, Juan Mendoza. I'm glad Big O has sense about the Panthers. Too many fans freaking out when last year. Oh, yeah. Dude, they're not even healthy, and they're up there. I'm fine. It's not like they've lost 10 in a row or something, and then things are falling apart. We're good, bro. It's patience. They weren't the top seed last year. They were the third seed last year. Remember last year, Juan, you remember, obviously, because you and I are in the same wavelength. The Panthers took off and were leading the league. And then they retraced and they got back a little bit. And they kind of like said, yeah, no, we did this last year. We killed ourselves. Yeah, we're not doing that. Let's pace ourselves. I'm not going to say coast. I'm not going to say any of that. Let's pace ourselves a little bit more. I think this is a very mature team that knows how to pace themselves. And yes, they want to win as many games as possible, but it's kind of not like it was a couple of years ago where it was so new to them to have the President's Trophy and to be the number one and all that bullshit. That's not a priority for them. It's not a priority to hold the trophy anymore. And they know, oh yeah, the Eastern Conference Trophy, yeah, we're going to stay away from that. They've learned. They're good. They're a mature team. I love what I'm seeing from the Panthers. I'm fine with it. Other teams are good. They're going to win some games. But our boys are going to win a lot more than they lose. And I'm good with that. That's the way you got to look at it. Brian Landis, good morning to you, sir. Brandon Flood, J-Town. It's crazy. It's been 3 years since the landscaping. Wish the Dolphins team would grow and improve like your landscaping. Well, if you call a Cutter's Edge Pro, J-Town, you'll be better off too. iDog, your boy Chris Greer is the one who traded for Tyreek. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it was fine up until last year, up until you guaranteed this money. You should be out. And you went through it, you got some production, and you're out. The real mistake was the guaranteeing of this money. That was the real mistake, because you already knew what you needed to know. Now you got to have the guts to move on, and they gave in to the pressures of trying to appease him, just like the Miami Heat did with Jimmy Butler. After they went to the finals, yours truly said, no mas. Don't give him no more. It's over. Don't give him that extension. And Pat Riley gave him the extension. So, it takes some guts to make the tough decision. And that's the one that they really screwed up on. Let's see. Anthony Campos. I'm in Beaver Creek, Colorado. Back from Beaver Creek skiing, Colorado. Lots of Dolphin jerseys and beanies. Also Panthers in the Mountains. Also Big O. Which set did you have at Ultra State of Trance, 2 a.m.? Yeah. In fact, I was walking along the walls because, it was all flooded. So we had to walk along a wall to get to the entrance. I did bring a poncho, I had my thong on, and all my night glow sticks, and I was jamming. I had a great time. I don't know if you saw the videos of me out there in my thong and night glow sticks, but Miles Deep is in the house. Greetings to you, sir. He says he's catching up. Catch up. Don't forget, please smash the hell out of the like button. Thank you, Juan Mendoza. Benevolent Son is in the house. Yeah, we don't care about baseball here. Local baseball sucks. Antonio Ingram loves the Schaefer line. Jake from Palatown. True FinFan says, if people would really listen to the show, you'd understand why the Big O speaks the way he does. Remember, there's things he knows he can't say about Tyreek. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. Tesh Patel, the clown, just tweeted about how it's a false narrative regarding trade speculation. I mean, who cares? I just don't care what he says. I have to address it because I do this stinking show. But I'm trying to, I try to tell you and read through all the bullshit, whether it's Tyreek or the team or the media or whatever. Wherever the bullshit's coming from, I'm going to tell you, yo, that's bullshit. It's not going to happen. Okay? Now, this weekend, here we go. Here's the latest one on this weekend. Okay. Did you hear this one, Sean? Teron Armstead now is deciding more on retiring. What'd you think? He was going to play for the Dolphins, you idiot? Seriously. Oh, I'm sorry. Some writer, some columnist, some radio talk show host, some podcaster, some YouTuber. Oh, they needed to create some kind of a segment. They needed to write an article. They needed to write a column of how important it is to get Teron Armstead back and that they should do everything possible. Or some radio show host that couldn't fill 8 minutes by actually talking about a ton of other things going on. They had to tell you for those 8 or 10 minutes, they had to fill it in. Or maybe they took the entire hour of their show to talk about Teron Armstead and his decision. And we'll take your phone calls. Why would he come back here? The guy's going to retire. But even if he decided to torture his body one more time, why would it be here? Calais Campbell, same thing. I already told you, was it last week or the week before when I told them already that Calais is done? That don't even bother, just whatever. I don't know. The rant's there somewhere.
It's been like since the last 2 weeks you've been talking about it. Right. And then the Reggie McKenzie move, Kendall Lamb, they're all
right. It's like, why? Why are we doing this? If Calais is going to play, it'll be in Baltimore or somewhere that's a real contender. He's not coming back here. So if you want to hear people tell you about, oh, well, they really need the leadership of Teron Armstead and Calais Campbell, and, it's probably the same people that tell you, well, they really needed the leadership of Wilkins. That doesn't matter. What's the facts? What's the fucking reality? The reality is that Taylor's not coming here. They're not trading for Jonathan Taylor. They're not trading for Deebo Samuel. That's the reality. The reality is they're not keeping Wilkins. The reality is Calais Campbell doesn't want to come back here. And neither does Teron Armstead. But hey, let's alter reality. Albert Wilson is going to be some kind of an impact because it fills a goddamn column. And maybe this is Robbie Chosen's fifth chance and it's going to really happen. Great. Enjoy reading that column. Let's just stay in reality, dude. Okay? This place is on a hot seat. Everybody is on a effing volcano. Players know it. Lamb knows it. Reggie McKenzie knows it. Teron Armstead knows it. Calais Campbell knows it. They don't want to come back to this place because there's 1 year left. And unless these people pull the miracle of all miracles, it is getting blown up. You know that, and I know that. Now, some of you that actually know it, you want to lie to yourselves. And maybe you'll even tell yourself, this is our year. So Teron Armstead now is in the news, and we're surprised? Why? Why? And so we'll wait for the Calais Campbell one next, and then you can act surprised? What was the name of that lineman, Sean? That for 2 years in a row, he played in Minnesota and played in Denver, and they kept wanting him to sign here or whatever, and I kept telling them that he doesn't fit really what they do here. But again, it fills an article, it fills a space for a talk show host, some YouTuber, whatever. Just something with an R-I, Riser, something like that. God, I hate that I got to remember everything. But Darren Risner, or some shit like that. Or you have it for me?
Very close. Dalton Risner.
Last couple of years. Those of you that follow this show and on here all the time, right? Dalton Risner comes up every time. And every time I have to shoot it down. 2 years in a row. No, Dalton Risner. No, Dalton Risner. I get it. You don't have any insight. You don't know shit that's going on. And you got to fill some goddamn space. Article, podcast, whatever. Dalton Risner isn't coming here. So, Teron Armstead's gone, and Calais Campbell is gone. If Campbell wants to play, it won't be here. He's not stupid. Some of you might be. That man is smart. It's been around. He knows. We're not going anywhere. He's going to try in Baltimore. They're not going to win either, but whatever. All right, here we go. Fernando Perez, NorCal, Big O pointed out at the camera and said, you got to deal with it too. I felt that. My day is ruined. But it's true. Yader Castro, Christian D, Hugo Hinojos. Thank you, Hugo. That's very nice of you, sir. Kind words. Remember, folks, you can also support the show many ways. There it is. There's the PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App, or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donations. And you know that warms my heart just a little extra we love any kind of donation because it helps me and Sean. But if you make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, you are really helping the show grow. And thank you very much. Appreciate that. And you can make a donation through PayPal, especially for those of you, I believe out of town is what I'm told. It's hard to use the Cash App or Pay or Venmo. So PayPal, we connected that for the out of towners. And we got one more. And we are not close yet, so we need help big time. We are trying to cover I think the one game that is probably really, the one road game that's going to be really special, and that's the game in Spain. Okay? We went to Buffalo, and it was nice. And, we went to Indianapolis, and it was nice. Went to Seattle, it was nice. But, we'd like to go out to Spain, go and do our show all week long at a sports bar, Dolphin Sports Bar in Spain, which it exists, which is cool, which is our bucket list. We want to broadcast from as many Dolphin bars around the world as possible. And this would be our first international trip for the show. So you can make a donation right there. There's the QR code. You can find also the link on our social media pages, on X, on what's it called, the Blue Sky and Threads and LinkedIn and all that. They're all there. But use the QR code and make any kind of donation that you possibly can to help us get to Spain. And we'll do our show all week long there. Plus, we'll break any news that's there and do our pre and post game show from that bar in Spain, which probably will be a cool thing. So there you go. Many ways to help the show, and don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, man. Okay, we got a fraction of people smashing the like button compared to what's actually watching right now. So thank you. Big O just says what will generate views. Last year he said Tyreek would be rid of, and here we are. I don't do anything for views. And yeah, they really weren't going to give him the money, but unfortunately it screwed up. But hey, you can point one thing that I'm wrong, and then there's 10,000 things that I'm right. So, but that's all right. It's all good. So, people like that, I never worry about, because those are hit and run artists. If you're here all the time, I get so much shit right, it's not even crazy how much I get right. Request an open MRI machine. They've got that? Really? No shit. They've got an open MRI machine. Oh, I gotta have. Oh, yeah.
You might have to request that when you make the appointment, because some areas don't have it, so they might have to send you to a different one.
Yeah, but Baptist Health has got to have it. I don't give a shit where I got to drive.
No, I'm just saying, just let them know, because they might have it like in a different facility.
They probably have it in the main hospital. It's just I didn't.
I have to go all the way down to downtown Miami one for MRIs for that reason.
Okay. Oh, because okay, yeah, bro.
Because I'm too big to get in that machine. I ain't going in that thing.
Okay. Well, no, I get you on that one. Yeah, I get it. Wow, they have an open MRI. Jonathan Kago, I fucking love you, bro. That's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. In fact, I'm sending it to my wife. Right. That's it. Love it. All right. What else do we have? Right before you go into the tube, just pretend you're in Spain. GoFundMe went over the goal. Sorry, bro. Over the goal? Sorry, bro. I don't know what that means. But anyway, I will try to pretend I'm in Spain or something. It was just tough, dude. NorCal, I had a really bad experience in that thing. NorCal will say smoke a fatty right before. I wonder if that'll but then if you're high in there and all that noise, wouldn't that freak your ass out? Have you been in those machines? Dude, those mother effers are loud. So I totally wimped out, I got to tell you. Josh says, stop watching Final Destination. Pat in Asheville says, the first MRI I had, they did not tell me about the sounds. 2 of the space all around my body, trapped in that tube, and the sound starts. Never experienced claustrophobia until that moment. It felt bad, dude. I felt really, really bad on Saturday. Okay? I'm a loser or whatever, but I felt bad, bro. Oh, GoFundMe hitting. It's way more relaxing, says Nurka. I see what you're saying. Fernando Perez, open MRI for sure. Yes. I did not know. You guys are awesome. I had no idea there was an open MRI. Sounds terrible. Oh, you reminded me of the Exorcist scene at the beginning of the movie when the little girl was subjected to those horrible machines. Yeah. Dude, it was bad. Ultra was very wet yesterday, but I still had fun. I know, right? Damn. But I brought my rain shoes, and then I was able to balance along the wall, and so I had a blast. Didn't get that wet. I didn't have a lot of clothing on. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of coconuts and a thong, and but I had fun. I would get rid of Tua before Reek. Okay. All right. Let's just continue with the stupid talk. Let's see. Captain Saki in Tarpon Springs. Ty in the Bronx. Appreciate you all out there as always. Skylar says, when I had my MRI, they gave me headphones and asked what music I wanted them to play. I chose One Republic for the chill vibes. Highly recommended. Choosing the right musician, then focus on that. They gave me headphones, were headphones to blank out the sound. But the problem was, once you put my big head and then you put headphones on my big head and then you put me inside that Iron Maiden head, because it's like I sit in that cage and then they squashed me with the front cage face. It just like it put a lot of pressure on my head, and that's exactly where I got hit. And so it was like, it wasn't a comfortable feeling for me, dude. When they took the headphones off, I felt more comfortable inside the Iron Maiden head. But the problem was that the yellow things that they gave me, those little spongy things, brother, that didn't mask the sound. That shit was loud, bro. Loud. So it's just tough, man. I had a bad experience. I had a really, really, really bad experience. Okay. Unlike if you call my guy Osmani Garcia at Omega Home Realty Group and the just990.com program. That's it. It's just990.com. That's it. And you're connected with my guy Osmani. Anybody in Florida, South Florida, West Coast, Gold Coast, Panhandle, wherever you're at, if you're looking to sell your home, you can sell it for $990. Instead of the 6% commission, which is just out of control, well, Osmani does exactly what a realtor does, because that's exactly what he is. And you get the compelling photography with the brochures, color brochures, everything. You get listings on MLS, on Zillow, on Realtor.com, on Homes.com. So you get all the same exposure. And then the real cool thing is you get to set the preset showtimes for your home. So it's only a couple of hours that you set aside. And then the people that go to just990.com, they will end up visiting your home on those preset times. Sometimes you will get more than one person arriving, which creates a nice competitive atmosphere to sell the home. Then, if you sell the home, you only pay $990. It's a beautiful thing. But here's the best thing. On the side, Osmani Garcia will be also selling your home like a regular realtor, trying to find people for you that aren't on the just990.com program. And if they don't see in that on the side he's able to find somebody, they make the highest offer, it's only 2.5%, and you waive the $990. So you never pay 6% again. So you're going to save a lot. Okay, you're saving 3.5% if it goes to 2.5%. If it goes to $990, you're saving a hell of a lot more. That's going to help for your moving expenses. That's going to help for bills. That's going to maybe pay for a little vacation. Who knows? And that's the beauty of it. Please call Osmani Garcia. I've known him for 15 years. Okay, he is a person that you can trust. He is, as we say in Spanish, crema. He is just he is salt of the earth. That's what we're talking about. There's the QR code. Reach out to my guy, Osmani, just990.com, and he'll get it done. I promise you. All right. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar, sir. And remember, Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. Your company, your corporation, your school. If you need custom printing and embroidery, please call them 786-618-1443. Congratulations to NSU. They defeat California State Dominguez Hills 74-73 to win the Division II title for the second time in 3 years. They are the national champion, that is. MJ Araldi, 27 points, 9 rebounds. He also gets the tournament MVP. Dallas Graziani added 13 points and 9 assists. This is the 15th title for Nova Southeastern University's athletic program. 15th national title. That's pretty cool. Okay. And by the way, they end the season with a 36-1 record and a 23-game winning streak, just so we can start next season. So great job by Coach Crutchfield. The Canadians defeat the Panthers last night 4-2. Tuesday, they will take on the same Canadians, and that'll be at 7 o'clock on the road. The Heat, they've won 4 in a row. They defeated the Sixers over the weekend, 118-95. Hero had 30 points. Tonight, 7 o'clock, they take on the Wizards. A must win. You got to make it 5 in a row. Heat are favored by 9. Inter Miami on Saturday dispatched Philadelphia 2-1. Taylor with the goal in the 23rd minute. Messi was a second half addition, and he scores right away in the 57th minute. That was a game deciding goal. 2-1 win. Big win for them. They're atop of the table standings with a game in hand, by the way. Okay. They've got more points than anybody else in the Eastern Conference, and all the teams that are behind them have played one more game. So pretty cool for Inter Miami, even throughout this tough stretch for them with all the games that they've been playing. Good job. Inter Miami, too, by the way, will continue their U.S. Open Cup run. They take on Miami FC tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And Wednesday, the big club, Inter Miami, is back in action. CONCACAF Champions Cup. It'll be at 11:30. Stay up. They visit LAFC. It's crazy stuff. All right. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. By the way, had a great time Friday at the Violent Femmes concert in Pompano Beach. That was fun at the amphitheater. That amphitheater is so cool to go to now with the roof that they added. It used to be a pain in the ass to go because it was a great place for a concert, but if it rained, it sucked because it was an open amphitheater. Now they've got the roof like you have to have in South Florida. You have to have a roof in South Florida. And then they've got the big ass fans and everything. I got to tell you something. It was a great show. They played the first 2 albums, their best music. But not only that, it was sold out. And then they had a second night. And it's got to be that all the fans from back in the day said, oh, shit, this is probably towards the end of their run. They still sound good, but more importantly, they're playing the first two albums in their entirety, which is just an absolute gem to watch them. I've seen them a few times, but I've never been able to see them like this, that they play the first two albums in their entirety, which is just absolutely awesome. But I got to say, props to South Florida, because I didn't think as a community, because of our demo, I didn't think we had it in us for them to practically sell out 2 nights at the Pompano Beach Amphitheater. So I got to say, more Violent Femmes fans than I expected here in South Florida. Good job by you all out there. That was good. Michael Saylor, if you're still worried about what's going on, not that I'm a financial advisor, but Michael Saylor just bought 22,048 more Bitcoin. Okay. This guy owns 1 in every 40 Bitcoin that has been made. I'm just saying. Now they own a total of 528,185 Bitcoin, averaging 67,458 per coin. They have a total of $35.6 billion worth in Bitcoin. How it falls to 82, it makes no sense, but I am more than grateful. Okay, because I've been able to accumulate more, and I am super glad. I am not even nervous about it. Okay. Purvis Ellison. They say he was never nervous, but he kind of played nervous. I am not nervous. Purvis might be, but I'm not nervous. Anyway. Okay. I'm in it, baby. And I see what the people that are rich and powerful are doing. Well, this poor broke dude, I'm going to do exactly what the rich and powerful are going to do. So I'm going to ride that storm and eventually come out on top. That's all I'm going to say. You guys do whatever you want to do. I'll do what the rich and powerful are doing. That's what I'm going to do. They're rich and powerful for a reason. Maybe one day I can get, upper middle class or something. Not rich and powerful. That'll never be me. Oh, Lordy. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, my 11-year-old, who's going through some brain issues, was doing his MRI, and for 2 hours, he was told not to make any movement. That's torture. 2 hours. So then they kept repeating it. Right? It's terrible. What's up, Big O? MRI suck. Had my first one last year and nearly had a panic attack halfway through. Wow. No. I think Big O is full of it. He was front and center at main stage and Ultra during Steve Aoki's set. He also had a sign saying, "Cake me." Damn right. I was disappointed he didn't cake me. Really disappointed. Because one of my bucket list things in life is to get caked by Steve Aoki. I could go to an Inter Miami game and just ask him to do it. I don't know if you guys know this, but it was a perfect weekend because Steve Aoki was able to do his job in the same town with no problem. He was able to do his training. Any players got injured, he comes off the sideline, he goes, takes care of them, and then he went to go jam at Ultra later on in the evening. So I got to say, Steve Aoki is a badass. Trainer for Inter Miami and all-world DJ. In fact, you guys have never seen those two guys in the same place at the same time? What's the fake? Can you look up the Inter Miami trainer? What's the fake name he uses? In fact, bring up the picture. Let's show them that Steve Aoki, the trainer, works for Inter Miami, because I think people don't believe me that Steve Aoki works for Inter Miami. He has some fake name he uses or something like that. But yeah. I have had headphones with music and take a Valium or Xanax. But yeah, for sure, you should look for a facility with an open MRI. Yeah, I'm going open MRI. I'm not doing this shit again. Okay. Violent Femmes discovered by James Honeycutt Scott. Get the F out of here. That's a great nugget. You're lying. Is that true? Wow. Holy crap. I mean, the Pretenders have punk in their roots, actually. So that makes a lot of sense what you're saying. You know? Makes a lot of sense. I did not know that. That's a great nugget, dude. What a stud Honeyman Scott is, bro. Let's see. Michael Saylor's net worth is $7.4 billion. Yeah, he's got a couple bucks. Oh, have you heard of the South Florida-based girl goth band Jack Off Jill? No, I have not. And they toured with Marilyn Manson. Now, did you just like play me on this, or are you playing with me? Are you playing with it? Oh, you seem to have a nice house, very good marriage and family. That is rich. And I'm super rich in that sense, bro. Super rich in that sense. Yes. No, dude. I got 4 beautiful dogs. I got the best daughter in the world. My wife is amazing. She's a lifesaver. I love her. I'm super blessed. I've done what I love to do for 35 years. Super blessed. And been able to get away from the corporate bullshit to do this now for the last 5 years on my own. Okay? I don't depend on a corporation to hand me a check every week. Sean and I work on our own. All right? Which is great. Nobody controls what we do and say or what. Not that they really did for me in my world. You knew what came with the territory. If you hired me, it was like, yo, I'm going to do my thing. So take it or leave it, but I'm going to do my thing. But yeah, I am super rich in all of that sense. Okay. That doesn't mean I don't want to make a couple bucks and set up my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to make a couple bucks. So I hope Bitcoin explodes because, dude, I'm going to be 59 this year. I hate to say this, but what do I have left? 10, 15, 20, 25 years. I've lived the majority of my life already. Right? It's about my daughter. And so whatever I can leave her, that's all that freaking matters to me. So yeah, I can love her and support her and all that. But yeah, I'd like to leave her a couple extra bucks if I can. That would be nice. That's how I would feel rich, to be able to provide. Because that's how all of us can feel the ultimate rich. It's not how they provide for us. It's what we can provide for them. You know what I mean? To me, that's how I feel the best, is when I'm giving. That's the best feeling in the world. So that's kind of my drive and my determination and my goal. It's not about me having some fancy car or some fancy house or any of that. Man, that's when I was a kid, when I was a little bit more materialistic. Now, I'm good, man. I'm good. I went to a concert over the weekend, enjoyed my lifestyle. Very rich. I don't really need a lot to get by. But if I could set up my daughter as much as possible before I check out, that, my friend, that's when I feel like I'm in the Hall of Fame. Let's see what else. Yes, sir. Oh, there he is. You got to take the big. See, Steve Aoki. What's the fake name he uses? I can't see there.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Kei Atsumi.
Kai.
Atsumi.
Is that a T before the S?
U. It's
Sumi.
UTSUMI. He's now the head of medical at Chicago Fire FC.
Wow. He left us?
Yeah, he left us in 2024. Last year.
Oh, wow. So how did he pull it off last night
I don't know.
over the weekend?
Maybe just
Wait a minute. Did Chicago play the same night he performed? Probably not, right?
I'll have to look at the schedule, but maybe they just a tip came back to where it all started for him.
You got to get can you get a shot of him with his hair down?
Let me try to find it. It took me forever to try to find it because Inter Miami has nothing on him. So,
well, put it just in general, his name, and put pictures and see if there's one with his ponytail. And dude, I'm telling you, Steve Aoki, he's a badass, bro. Guy's a DJ and a all-world MLS trainer. I mean, how do you pull that off? That's amazing. I got to tell you. Honeyman Scott discovered them playing outside in Chicago. Okay. Morning. Oh, listening to the show today, I have agreed. I've had many scans before for knee surgeries, and they suck. What's the point of these stupid headphones? They don't block shit. Well, it's funny because I didn't even get to like too long with the headphones, but you're right. It wasn't really sealing that much. But dude, then when I put those other things, God bless. Well, College Joe, that was just, it was a bad experience, man. And a bad experience. And you people are awesome. Okay. Because I had no idea there's such thing as an open MRI. And I already told my wife, request an open MRI. And that's the only one I'm going to do. I'm not going to do that shit again. No. Screw that, bro. So whatever I have to do, I'll wait for it or whatever, but I'll do the open MRI. Ritter says, Googled open MRI images appears to show the Iron Maiden cage in one. Yeah, but it's an open MRI. You're not like trapped up like in a tube, right? I don't know. Anyway, Metallica covered Blister in the Sun. Oh, yeah. Amazingly, I haven't heard it yet. That'll have to change. Yeah, Turn the Page. They've covered a few songs in the past. So that's and Blister in the Sun is one that a lot of people have covered. I mean, dude, that's one of the classic hits of all time. It's such a great song, Blister in the Sun. I love Gone Daddy Gone. I love that freaking song. I was so glad of course they were going to do the first two albums complete, so you were going to get it. By the way, I don't see anything right now positive in the market, although Bitcoin is up a little bit to 83,583. I will tell you, just a little side note. I think we're going to have some serious volatility in the next 2 months here. Or 3 months. I think this second quarter is going to be bad for us. Okay. And it's going to be good because you're going to get opportunities. But, okay, I don't know if this thing is going to work or not. Whatever. Hopefully it works. If you're an American, you want it to work, right? It's not like any president ever gets it right. You want it to work. Will it work? Probably not, but whatever. Okay. But let me tell you this. If it works, Bitcoin explodes. If it doesn't, we'll go into recession, stagflation, hyperinflation. All those kind of things are going to end up happening. Okay. And there's already indicators of stagflation as it is. But again, it's way too early to make that call. All right. But whether it works or if it doesn't, it's going to hurt obviously, if it works, it helps everything. If it doesn't, it's going to hurt everything. your NVIDIA stock, this, that, whatever, all your altcoins are going to take a beating. Your stocks are going to take a beating. Your 401ks will take a beating. Bitcoin will not explode. I don't know. What's beyond explosion? I don't know what beyond explosion is. You know, it's like a supernova in the atmosphere. Okay, it's like a star exploding, which just dwarfs what we're talking about. Okay. Either way, the one asset in the world, well, the other one will be gold. Gold will go up, not like Bitcoin. It'll go up, but nothing like Bitcoin. Bitcoin will go up to several 100,000 right away. I'm just telling you, mark my words. So, just saying. Anyway, all right, what else do we have? By the way, our prayers to all the people dealing with the floods all across the country. Obviously, Myanmar and Thailand, that earthquake was just absolutely devastating. While things, may be all right here and some other places, some folks in other parts of the world, our thoughts and prayers with them because, bam, dude, that's some scary stuff. Really, really scary stuff. Final Four is set. Saturday, 6:09, CBS, number 1 Florida versus number 1 Auburn. And then at 8:49, number 1 Houston versus number 1 Duke. So I guess it was really hard to pick the brackets. It's so obvious that very few people probably did it.
Well, my Final Four is correct. My problem is getting there was all mumbo jumbled because I thought there would be a few upsets like in the 6-10, those areas there, and really didn't play out that way.
So you picked straight number ones also?
Yeah, I had all 4 number ones in the Final Four with Duke and Florida as the final.
That's funny. It's crazy.
Yeah, because the way the season plays out now, you see who the best teams are. Now, right. Auburn, their big man got hurt yesterday, but he came back and finished the game. So, but other than that, it's played out pretty much. Yeah. So the tournament's played out. It's not like there's not been ups. There's been close games, but the teams that are supposed to win end up pulling it away at the end.
Right. Have pretty much pulled it out. Yeah. So you got that going on. So we'll see what happens, obviously, in the Final Four. What else do we have to talk about? We do want to talk about Subaru of Pembroke Pines, and we love talking about Subaru of Pembroke Pines because they are new and on board with us and part of the Zinn family. As you all know, Acura has been with us for like 14 years from radio and on the platform. And then Toyota also been with us for a few years also. So we welcome the great people at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. And obviously Subaru of Pembroke Pines, Subaru is well known for being a fantastic car. By the way, they are going to open up a second location in South Dade. So that's going to be pretty cool. You can get the Ascent right now, the premium, for $323 a month. That lease feature, go check it out. The Forester, you can get it for $259 a month. Also, the Crosstech, they got a load of Crosstechs right now. They are loaded, $239 a month. The Outback, $289 a month. If mom needs a car to get the kids around, get them to soccer practice, baseball practice, loaded up with the groceries or whatever it is, the Outback is an absolutely fantastic car. The Legacy, very nice, $269 a month. The Impreza, and this is an excellent car because you can get the 5-door Impreza right now. You can lease it for $149 a month. If you're a mother or father right now and your kid needs a new car, and it's kind of their first car, and you want to make sure that they start off, and listen, it's a very affordable price, very affordable payment monthly, and an absolutely awesome car that is incredibly reliable, and that is Subaru. Check out the 5-door Impreza, just $149 a month. You can check it out, 36-month lease. You're going to love it. So go check it out at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, 16100 Pines Boulevard. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you there at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. All right. Today we had the owners' meetings, and Mike McDaniel addressed the media while he was out there. And everybody knows about, one of the questions was asked of him was about being on the hot seat. Okay. And he had an interesting answer about being on the hot seat. Let's hear from Mike McDaniel.
And then people realize, I think that's a natural part of it's why it's why I was able to not change when the same people are pointing out my failures were hyping me up through success. This is the fastest changing world in sports. Again, Nick Sirianni was on the hottest seat. But so if we had more closer to the season that we were chasing, if we won 2 more games, does that make me a different coach? I think it's important for me to do my job the right way, that I never look at any sort of entitlement to having the job, because shame on me for everybody involved. And that I'm very comfortable in that. So every year, to me, if you're not feeling heat on the seat, you have the wrong urgency. It should be that way every year.
Yeah, it should be. He's right. You should have that feeling like Eric Spoelstra does. He never lets off the pedal from the metal, He's always going all out and trying to win every possession, every quarter, every game. It doesn't matter what it is. Eric Spoelstra is constantly pushing his team, and he's right about that. And I know how he says, he wants to be like on the Sirianni hot seat. That Sirianni was on the hottest of seats last year. But Sirianni was also with a team that was producing. And the difference is that Mike McDaniel has regressed. So he knows he's on the hot seat. He knows he knows he has underachieved. For 3 years, the man has underachieved every single season. Every single season, the front office has given him a better team than he has shown in the results. Every single season. So he said what he was supposed to say. The problem is we're at a point now where the talk is cheap. And he wasn't getting maybe too high on people giving him love when they were having success, but he did take the liberties of being the jokester and having some fun with all these situations. I think it's time for him to kind of put away the jokes, because he doesn't get respect from his team. He doesn't get respect from his players. Tyreek Hill didn't act like a horse's ass constantly with Andy Reid, but he certainly does with McDaniel. And after all the conversation and everything that went on, and all you people, you had what's the name of the girl, Amy Adams, or Adams, whatever, Adams Up, or whatever her name is.
Kay
What's her name?
Adams.
Kay Adams, that's it. The whole Kay Adams thing and the whole sorry and all that, and it's like none of that meant shit to me. I told you then, and this is why it doesn't mean anything to me. Because this guy has zero credibility. And he doesn't care. And he doesn't respect his coach. And players don't respect this guy because everything is a joke. And that's why you still have pre-snap penalties. And that's why you have a coach that still can't get a play in on time. This is his 4th year coming up. Is he still going to fail in all his challenges? You can't take this serious. No one takes Mike McDaniel serious. And you know why? Because Mike McDaniel looks like he doesn't take himself serious. Dude, if you're a comedian or a talk show host or something like that, it's understandable if you don't want to take things serious. There's plenty of people that do my job and they don't really care about facts or anything like that. They just want to screw around on the, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of people that will listen to that and all that good stuff. And then there are some people that are going to take it a little bit more serious. Well, in coaching, I kind of see where everybody takes it serious. I don't know a lot of jokesters that are joking their way to titles. There's not a lot of them. Bill Belichick wasn't really cracking a lot of jokes on his way to titles. And Andy Reid, while he's on the sidelines, he's not really cracking jokes. He's got commercials. Give me those nuggies. But not on the sidelines. He wasn't joking when Kelsey's screaming in his face. It's kind of serious. And he's the closest you would get to getting jokes, but like Andy Reid is like there's a time and a place for it. And he knows exactly the time and the place for it. This guy has no idea. I don't remember Tom Flores joking around a lot, or John Madden, or Don Shula. Don't know Sean Payton. The one time he held it up was also Mr. Jokes. I'm sure there's a lot of Mr. Jokes around winning championships. It's time for McDaniel. Yeah, dude, grow up. Get off the hot seat. You better, because you'll be out of work soon. All right. Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. I will get to Mike McDaniel in a minute, addressing Tyreek's antics. And even he was asked about Tyreek being voted as a captain. That one's going to be very interesting. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, you know what? Let me get to a little music. I told you about the Violent Femmes this weekend, which was fantastic. Any of you that went to Friday or Saturday's show, I'm sure you experienced the same thing with me. That was absolutely awesome. Let's get to music birthdays today. Today's the 31st of March. Let's find out what are the musicians born on this date. All right. Paul Ferguson, drummer from the British post-punk group The Killing Joke, living in the 80s. He was born in 1958. Angus Young, guitarist for AC/DC, who has sold over 70 million records worldwide. Born in 1955 on this date. Tony Brock, drummer for The Babies. I like it. Born on this date in 1954. Sean Hopper, keyboardist with Huey Lewis and the News. Do you believe in love? Sean Hopper, that is, born in 1953. Roger Palm, drummer, session drummer for ABBA. How about that? He was on Mamma Mia, Dancing Queen, Thank You for the Music, Take a Chance on Me. So, a couple decent hits. What else do we have here? Tis van Leer, organist, flutist for the Dutch rock band Focus, who had their 73 single Sylvia and their 73 U.S. number 9 single Hocus Pocus. Is that the one that there was like some yodeling in it? Isn't that a Hocus Pocus song? How did that song go? God. I remember that Hocus Pocus song. You know why? I had it on one of my K-Tel albums. I can remember a K-Tel album that was gold and red. And it had, I guarantee you, the Hocus Pocus song was on it. I had like a real dramatic song to it, Hocus Pocus. I remember that song. I'm trying to think of how that song went, but God, I remember that song, and I remember I had it specifically on a K-Tel album. For those of you that are old enough, there, what is now called Now Music or whatever, Now 1, 5, 10, 57, you know, that it says Now Music or whatever, that it's like best of for that year or something like that. And Now has been around forever. Well, before Now existed, right, there used to be something called the K-Tel albums. And they would come on commercials on television, and they would be basically best of music of that year going on. And I remember specifically, I had that K-Tel album that had Hocus Pocus on it. No doubt. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? Al Goodman, American singer from The Moments, who had the 1970 number 3 single, Love on a Two-Way Street. Now, I know that the one that Stacey Lataway did was a remake. So I would imagine that this is the remake. Because Lattisol did Love on a Two-Way Street, and she did a great job with it. It was a massive hit in the early 80s. I bet you this is the same song, Love on a Two-Way Street. And I know that one's a remake. So I bet that's it. Al Nickel was born in 1946. He is with the Turtles. So happy together. Who else? Mick Ralphs, guitarist with Mott the Hoople, baby. All the young dudes. Let's see who else. Herb Albert. He was just in town. Herb Albert was in town, I want to say, like in the last 2 months. There you go. I don't know if the Tijuana Brass was with him, but who knows. 1937. And Shirley Jones was born on this date, Partridge Family, on this date in 1934. So we go with musicians. born on this date. Now let's go with famous folk, other famous folk celebrating birthdays on the 31st. Ewan McGregor, he of Star Wars fame, is 54 years old. Richard Chamberlain, we just lost Richard Chamberlain, 90 years old. He I think it was like 3 days ago. Born in 1934 on this date. Wow, we just lost him right before his birthday. Wow. Cesar Chavez, civil rights leader, born in 27 on this day. We lost him in 93. Who else? Christopher Walken. He is 82 years old today. William Daniels, movie actor, is 98. God bless you, man. That is awesome. Making it to 98. Shirley Jones is 91, by the way. Still with us. Al Gore, he invented the internet, don't you know? He is 77. Rhea Perlman, she didn't invent the internet, but she invented something better. She was there with Cheers. 77. Grace Clinton, soccer player, she is 22. Jessica Zor, TV actress, she is 40. Ruby Cruz, TV actress, is 25. And that is over for famous folks celebrating birthdays today. Sean Stanley, sir. Do you have any famous wrestlers?
Maybe not famous, but there are some wrestlers.
Okay, give it to me.
Naoya Ogawa is 57 and Saray is 29. Those are your birthdays for the last day of March 2025.
Wow, it's kind of a short list. All right, let's get to a little music history here. Let's find out what happened on March 31st. In 1967, Jimi Hendrix began his first British tour with a gig in London. It marked the first time ever he lit his guitar on fire on stage. The shows also included sets from Cat Stevens and Engelbert Humperdinck. Huh? Hendrix and Stevens and Humperdinck. It's not a good mix. Nothing against the other guys. I'm just saying. Just like, wow, weird. In 73, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon entered the Billboard 200 chart for the very first time. It would go on to spend a record 591 consecutive weeks on the charts through 1988, from 73 to 88. In 2003, the new Radiohead album, Hall of the Thief, leaked online 3 months before it was due out. In 92, Def Leppard released their fifth studio album, Adrenalize. It was their first record with Vivian Campbell, who replaced guitarist Steve Clark, who died in 91. In 95, Jimmy Page was nearly attacked by a knife-wielding fan who rushed the stage as the guitarist performed with Robert Plant in Michigan. Security stopped the man, so he stabbed them instead. After his arrest, he stated he wanted to kill Page because of the satanic music he was playing. Yeah, Black Dog and all that. Yeah, it's just, yeah, rock and roll. Yeah, Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, it's all devil music, yeah. In 98, Scott Weiland debuted his solo career when he released his album 12 Bar Blues. In 72, America had the #1 album in the country with their self-titled debut. In 2006, Courtney Love sold off. Oh, God, I don't even want to read her. In 58, Chuck Berry's classic Johnny B. Good came out. And in 49, RCA Victor debuted a new kind of record, a 7-inch, 45 RPM single, which they had been working on for 9 years. It offered better fidelity and a longer playing time than the 78 RPMs that at the time were currently in use. And of course, those of us that had a record player that had a 45, 78, and 33, say it with me. Yeah, baby, we're old enough. And that's what happened today in music history. So there you go. Duke is going to win it all, says Josh. The Dolphins suck with Tyreek. They can suck without him. He's got to go. Yeah, okay, well, you may want to rewind and go back and listen to some common sense. That way you don't repeat stupid shit. Yes, Hocus Pocus had rock yodeling. I remember that, dude. I remember the yodeling and all that. And it's like, it was like really dramatic. I'm just trying to picture the music in my mind or the words, and just right now it's not coming to, but like I can feel it, you know, and I can see the K-Tel album, you know, I can see it. I wonder if I just Google K-Tel album with Hocus Pocus. Okay. Because just like, oh God. Okay, I like, this is funny as shit. Oh, no. That's not what I want to do. Hold on. This is funny. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Here we go. What color did I tell you it was? There was gold and red. And what is right there? It says right under Elton John, Focus. Yeah, the concussion didn't affect everything. So I'd love to see the back of that album, because I want to see the back of that album is like mostly gold, and then there's like some trim around it that has those other colors. I want to say, if I could find the back of that album, I bet you. That's it, right? That's the back of the album. That is the back of the album right there. That's it. How about that shit, dude? That's some memory right there, baby. That's some. Did I tell you? Did I not tell you? I remember the gold box. Like, I remember this album like I had it yesterday. Absolutely yesterday. Crazy shit. That's awesome. Anyway. Let's see. Happy birthday to Rene Descartes. Who the hell is that? John Sebastian Bach, of course. Joseph Hayden, Jack Johnson, Cesar Chavez, Gordie Howe, Richard Chamberlain, Liz Claiborne, Al Gore, Ewan McGregor, and Pablo Bori today. Nice. In 2006, Hocus Pocus was covered by Iron Maiden as a B-side. I got to find that. Selena today marks 30 years she was killed, right? What a waste. Some ravaged, crazy-ass old fan who ran her fan website or some shit like that, right? So terrible, dude. I just hopped on. Have you all talked about the Costco Jamie Nails, Desmond Watson, 464-pound old lineman from Florida? His workout was impressive for his weight. No, I have not. No. We have not, sir. Don't know anything about some workout. I do know this. If you need to improve your vocal cords, well, Jessica Simpson, she has exactly what you need. Yeah, those of you that are struggling, you're a singer, you're a teacher, broadcaster, whatever it is, you kind of, need to improve the vocal cords. Well, you got to do what Jessica Simpson does. Show it to her, Sean. Show it to them, Sean. She drinks snake sperm. That's right. That's right. The singer and actress revealed on Instagram Friday that she sips on a specialty drink that includes snake sperm as an ingredient and the recommendation of her vocal coach. JS said she had no idea about the head-turning ingredient until a pal looked up the ingredients list. She seemed totally unfazed and even compared it to honey. She appeared to be a fan of the unusual element, quipping, "If you want good vocal, you gotta drink snake sperm." Of course, she isn't the first celeb to turn to animal sperm for personal gain. Kim Kardashian, well, she uses all kinds of sperm. Jennifer Aniston, both swear by salmon sperm as a route to achieving younger-looking skin. I mean, Kardashian is spread all kinds of sperm on her anyways. Jessica, inside tip, after she released her first record in 15 years, an EP titled Nashville Canyon Part 1, she also performed for the first time in 15 years. Earlier this month at the Recording Academy Austin chapter block party experience, the irresistible hitmaker foray back into music comes fresh from her split from a hubby of 10 years, Eric Johnson. So Jessica, by the way, has made it clear that she's using her breakup as an inspiration, writing in a recent Instagram post, chose to be empowered by a broken heart through the writing process. And snake sperm. Just the tip, huh, Jessica? Okay. Now you got the joke, right? I mean, somebody's having a rough day, their vocal cords, whatever. Hey, you need snake sperm. And they'll look at you and you're like, no, dude, really? Seriously? That's it. You're actually doing a service. In the Glimmer Man, it was what was it? Something penis, powdered penis. Was it like goat's penis or bull's penis? I think it was bull's penis. I think that's what it was. In the Glimmer Man, which is a movie with Steven Seagal and one of the Wayans brothers. Now I'm getting them confused, but I forgot which one of the Wayans brothers. It's actually a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's a funny movie, and actually Wayans does an awesome job of playing kind of the straight man off of Seagal. And deer penis, that's what it is. Deer penis powder, that's what it is. And so he had like some sinus issues or something like that, and he always plays that whole thing with medicine, Asian stuff and all that. And he goes, no, try some of this. And then when he I clear out, okay, that's deer penis. And he's like, it's a funny scene, whatever. But so there you go. Snake sperm. Okay. Let's see. Hocus Pocus was described as the bludgeoning guitar riff, broken up or held together by whistles, yodels, flutes, and all manners of musical graffiti. I know. In fact, there's a part of me now that wants to go listen to Hocus Pocus when I'm done with the show, just so I can hear the dun 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 dun, and all the yodeling and everything. I gotta go hear it one more time. just for the. I wish I had that K-Tel album. Now that I think about it, dude. Like, how can I enlarge this shit so I can see what were the songs that were in that K-Tel album, by the way? Because it couldn't have just been, you saw that Elton John was in there, but I can't enlarge it now. Damn it. Wish I could enlarge it so I can see. I have to I have to focus on the focus. Oh, no, it's just too small. It's just too small. Damn it. Oh, well. Oh, you know what I could do? Ha ha. I know what I can do. You got to think quickly here in this world. So what you do is you take a picture of it with your phone and then you enlarge it. And I still can't tell. When I enlarge it, it gets out of focus. The focus.
All right. Side one.
Little Willie, I see. Go ahead.
Side one had tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
Tony Orlando and Don.
Featuring Tony Orlando.
You say the song, and I'll see if I can guess the artist. So
okay. Crocodile Rock.
Okay, what?
Crocodile Rock.
Elton John.
Hocus Pocus.
Okay, yeah,
Little Willie.
Little Willie won't go home if you can't. Oh, go home, try telling everybody. Sweet.
The Sweet. Yep.
Okay. Next, they're not.
Lean on Me.
Wait a minute. They put The Sweet on it.
It says The Sweet on this. I'm looking at a track list. I don't know.
I think they were just Sweet. But go ahead. We got a typo. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. Lean on Me.
Oh, Bill Withers.
I Want to Be With You.
I want to be with you. I want to be with you. Shit. I can't even think of the song in my head. Go ahead. I don't know.
The Raspberries.
Oh, shit. Yes. Damn it. We just lost him too, bro. We just lost him. Carmen, we just lost a man with fantastic hair. I want to say about a year ago. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. The Free Electric Band.
The Free Electric Band.
Yes.
I don't know.
Albert Hammond.
Okay. Wow.
Misdemeanor.
No.
Foster Silvers.
Okay.
L.A. Freeway.
Must have been a few songs I didn't listen to.
Yeah. Jerry Jeff Walker. Looks like these are the back songs on side one, and the last one's I'm Doing Fine Now on side A.
No.
And that was New York City. Now we go to side B. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's one more side A. I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little More, Baby.
Oh, wait. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I figured you might know.
That one sounds familiar. I don't know, but go ahead.
Barry White.
Okay. No wonder. That one's familiar. Okay.
Now side B, The Morning After.
Oh, that's It's Got to Be the Morning After. Is that Helen Reddy?
Maureen McGovern.
Oh, Maureen McGovern.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
Twisting the Night Away.
Twisting the Night Away. Is that like Chubby Checker or some shit?
Rod Stewart.
Oh, Rod Stewart. Okay, that's probably a remake. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. I didn't know this.
Oh shit! Is the what's her name? Gladys Knight.
No, Vicki Lawrence.
Oh, Vicki Lawrence. Wow. Okay. Next.
Well, I didn't know that was because I've heard Reba sing that one. I didn't know that it was
Vicki Lawrence.
Yeah,
Count Burnett. That Vicki Lawrence, right? I guess.
I guess I don't know. The 12th of Never.
Oh, dude, I know that song, The 12th of Never. Is that like a Connie Francis thing?
They have Donny Osmond.
Oh, Donny Osmond. Okay. All right.
Armed and Extremely Dangerous. First choice. I think now we're getting to the back half. Well, there's a couple more on here. That one was first choice. It sure took a long, long time. Lobo.
Okay.
Randy.
No, go ahead.
Blue Mink.
Okay.
Back when my hair was short.
It was a long time ago for me.
No, yeah. Gun Hill Road was that one.
All right.
Rock and Roll Part 2. Gary Glitter.
Oh, the Glitter Man. Yes.
Power to All Our Friends.
No.
Cliff Richard.
Oh, shit. Sir Cliff Richard.
Oh, sorry. Sir Cliff Richard. I apologize. And then this one, you will get
me and you. That's
the last song on the KTEL 22, Rocket Man.
Oh, that's Elton John.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So Elton John had 2 hits on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I love Devil Woman from Cliff Richard. That to me is, to this day, it's still just a freaking cool ass song, Devil Woman. Excellent, excellent song. Keenan Ivory Wayans, that's the one. That's the Wayans brother that was in Glimmerman. And it's actually an entertaining movie. It really is. Do you have the Raul and Hansel Miami Dolphins Rumbo al Super Bowl album? No, I don't. I do not. No, sir. Brian says, oh, does she drink it straight from the snake? Apparently not. Apparently not. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, let's get to another Dolphins topic that I want to get to. We talked about Tyreek already. We talked about McDaniel being on the hot seat. Okay. Today, McDaniel also addressed a couple of things, which the elephant in the room is Tyreek Hill and his tweet. And for those of you that haven't seen his tweet, Jason from Over the Cap, somebody asked him who's the most likely player to be traded. And he tweeted back to the follower. He said Tyreek Hill, and then Tyreek then retweeted it with a peace sign, like, you know, I'm up for that kind of crap. And so we've got all that with Tyreek again trolling and doing all the stupid shit. And then there was a follow-up question. I believe it was from Joe Shad. What would you do if Tyreek is voted as a captain on the team? Okay, this year. So there were a couple questions on there. Tyreek's antics, where they stand with Tyreek, if they're going to trade him or whatever, and if he's voted captain. Okay, I want you to listen to his answers, and then we're going to go over them.
Tyreek Hill posted on social media what appeared to be a peace out emoji in response to a post suggesting he could be traded. Have you spoken to him about this?
Whoa. No, I have not spoken about alleged read-ins on social media, no. Because, you know, he's definitely been a face within our building in the time period of end of season before, phase 1 starts. He's been in the building, more this year than the other years combined. Him and Robert Prince have spent a good amount of time together. And, I think, beyond that, who knows, Tyreek's known for, like, whatever antics on social media. He's entertaining and whatever. So we're in a good spot where if there's anything that I needed to know, direct communication will be executed.
Mike, would you be disappointed if the team voted Tyreek as a team captain, given his antics from on out to trolling on social media yesterday? And if they did vote him a team captain, would you take that?
No, I think that's a great question because I think our team in that scenario, I think I would be pumped if he was voted captain because I think that Tyreek being accountable for who he is as a competitor and what he's learned from in his journey. I think that means that his teammates have seen him completely. That they're all healed. They've all, as teammates, fully embraced the whole process of, hey, I'm a human being. This is wrong. This is right. This is how I want to do things. So to me, that would show, a healthy evolution. Because anytime anything happens, it's very natural. Like you have teammates that you love. They do something that they regret, or maybe that they wish they could have done over again. Well, then you give them the opportunity to prove otherwise, and I think that's what Tyreek's up for the challenge, because Tyreek wants to set the standard of what type of competitors we have. So that I think if we're in a spot like that, we're probably healthy in a way that would be good for the organization and all Fins Nation.
Can you say with certainty he will be on the team this upcoming season?
I mean, I can certainly say with certainty that at this certain moment, I think that's there. A lot of things can happen in the National Football League. So you throw absolutes out there, and I'm one. Hey, you said this. I mean, but yeah, we are fully planning to move forward as a better version of our relationship with Tyreek and the Miami Dolphins. So I have no.
All right, let's unpack all this mess that this guy just throws out there. Okay, first of all, they're moving forward with him. They have no choice, okay? And he has to phrase it that way, of course, because the guy goes and commits some kind of a crime, then they have to, part ways with him or whatever, but they can't trade him. They have nowhere to go with him. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants Tyreek. Nobody. Okay? And anybody that would deal with it, they're going to give you nothing. So let's just end all of that. Good follow-up question by Furones at the end there. Great follow-up question by Perk, and I'll get to that in 1 second. But first of all, the coach, what's he going to say at this point about Tyreek's antics? They're stuck like Chuck. He has to kiss his ass. He has to say we're in a good place with him. He's been in the building the entire offseason and all of that stuff. So they've got to deal with this because this is who he is. And so he's going to be a clown constantly. He's going to be an idiot constantly. He's going to do stupid things constantly. And it's not going to go away at any point. Now, the most hilarious part about this answer, and it was the best question of the entire session, and it was Chris Perkins asking him, would you be disappointed if Tyreek Hill is voted as a captain? I don't think Tyreek Hill has any business being a captain, a voice at all on this team. He needs to be a receiver and shut the hell up and do his job. There's nothing about him that says captain, leader, nothing. This is a guy that quits. And this is the pathetic part about Mike McDaniel. And this is why he has no respect, because he has no balls. And since you have no balls and you don't hold people accountable, Pat Riley will tell Jimmy Butler, bro, shut the hell up. Who the hell are you talking about Boston or New York when your ass is outside? He's right. Shut the hell up. And that's what Mike McDaniel, if he had any balls, he would tell this fool to shut the hell up. And he would say, yeah, no, I don't think Tyreek is up for any kind of leadership on our team. Tyreek right now is on double secret probation. He needs to start learning how to act like a professional. He needs to learn how to act like a real wide receiver, down in and down out. That's what he needs to focus on. That's what needs to be said about Tyreek, because that's it. If the players voted, that means what? That for what, a week or two or a month, he didn't do something stupid? Like, what the hell happened in this world? If Tyreek ever wants to show that he's grown up, it's a couple of seasons. So let me ask, in the 1 year that Tua played smart, did he prove that he can play smart? No. No. Tua proves constantly throughout his career that he plays stupid. It was just an aberration for 1 year, 2 years ago, when he decided oh, wait a minute, this is how I'm supposed to play the game. I got to get rid of the ball quickly. And I had no injuries and I didn't deal with anything. No, but he went back to being stupid. So if you want to be stupid, then you are what you are. You know, you don't want to learn, I can't help you. What has Tyreek learned? After all the talk and all that, there he is with the emoji again yesterday, stirring it all up. And here we are again talking about this clown. Because that's what Tyreek is. He's a clown. He's a punk. It's what he is. Nothing more, nothing less. He's a punk thug, by the way. That IG models end up with broken legs, and that old men on piers get attacked. Right? He's a punk because he gets pulled over by a cop and he acts like a complete punk. This is who he is. So why would you give him any leadership this season or next season if he was even on this team? You don't. You tell people you want to earn the respect back, bro, that takes time. It's not a week or a month or 3 months later. Oh, Tyreek's been good. He's coming to practice. He's doing all right. No, now let's vote him a captain. No, dude. You vote people, captains that are real captains, real professionals, day in and day out, the good, the bad. Bam Adebayo handles the good and the bad like a goddamn professional. So you can vote him as a captain because he's going to get you through the bad times and the good times, the same dude. That's a professional. That's what Calais Campbell does. That's what Udonis Haslam does. That's what Keith Askins does. That's what Bernie Parmalee does. That's what Jim Jensen does. I don't have to name stars, just professionals. People that know how to handle the adversity and play the right way. And even when it's good or when it's bad, it's the same dude or woman. Because that's who you lean on in the good moments to tell you keep you leveled, and in the bad moments to keep you leveled. Those are the people. Those are the captains. Those are the people you put in leadership positions. Tyreek Hill doesn't have an ounce of leadership in his entire body. And this is why Mike McDaniel gets zero respect, because he actually would even mention a player. You know what? If you don't even want to insult him, you know what you do? I think Tyreek needs to focus on being a great receiver and being the best Tyreek Hill every day. He doesn't have to worry about being a captain or any of that other stuff. He just needs to focus on his job right now. That way you can it's a bit of a shot, but you can at least be politically, if you're going to be soft like Mike McDaniel, at least, have a little passive aggressiveness in you. But this thing where everybody's forgiven for everything, bro, that does not work. That does not work. People must pay the price for these kind of actions. When you're in this kind of structure, these are the people that you cannot give them 1 ounce of leadership, 1 ounce of power. And this is why last year, when you didn't pay him and he was complaining and wanted his money and all that, that's when you have the power. And that's when you sit down with him and his agent and say, hey, no, there's too much shit that's gone on. You want an extension? We'll talk about it next year. But for now, we need you to play like you haven't played in the last few years. Not about yards. It's about being a professional. And then you would have tested him last year. But you gave him the money and he acted like a complete fuck up. So what'd you get with that? What do you keep getting by giving people what they don't deserve? Nothing. You keep getting these same results. And that's because soft-ass Mike McDaniel doesn't have any discipline whatsoever in his program. And that's what you get from that result right there. Oh, no, if the players vote him out, that means we're in a good spot and this and that. Yeah, why? Because he hasn't gotten in trouble in a month? Come on, man. This is why I have no hope for this season. That's why this season is over. Okay? And it doesn't matter how good the draft is. I really like what they've done in free agency, actually. I think they got themselves a bunch of real football players that can help them out in different areas. But you don't have the coach anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So to me, the season's over anyways. Before it even started, this season is done. I will watch, I will root, I will cover it. We'll do our pre and post game. We'll go through all the dog and pony show, but I'm not going to give you any smoke up your ass. I'm not going to give you anything positive about this team that they're going to accomplish anything. They're not going to accomplish jack shit. They're not even going to be a 500 team probably. Okay? That's what I think is going to happen. I have zero faith in that guy. Zero. And that's another example why you get nowhere with soft ass Mike McDaniel. All right. Oh, what do we have here? All of Tyreek's IQ went straight to his legs. Yep. His penis certainly has no IQ. Zachary Givens says, I think short term it would be bad to trade or release. Oh, God. It's just the fact that you people are still even talking about that stupid shit. It's just amazing to me. It really is. On the Black Pearl, the crew would make him walk the plank. Yeah, probably. Big O says NorCal, the contract extensions of T-Hill and a few other unworthy players felt a lot like Mike Tannenbaum move. Well, yeah, but you know what, NorCal? I want to say 90% of you wanted Tyreek to get his money. NorCal, I didn't get a lot of pushback last year. I'm sorry. All I got was pushback last year. Very few people said with me, oh, no, I'm with you. Oh, don't guarantee him money. And I don't know if you were one of them. Not exactly sure. But a lot of people were disagreeing with me on it. Oh, no, it's 1,700 back-to-back yard seasons. No, he's still great, this, that. And I was like, no, dude, too much baggage. You got to get rid of this guy. You need to get rid of him and get off of this contract after this season. So that's the problem I have with this, NorCal. A whole ton of people that are complaining about Tyreek, most of them all wanted Tyreek to get paid last year. Oh, no, you got to give him his money. He's got to be happy, this, that. I'm sorry. So, that's my problem with all of this. There's a lot of people that are just hypocrites here. And they're complaining about Tyreek now, and yet they're the same people that wanted to give Tyreek the money and thought that he should get the money. So that's where I have an issue with all of this more than anything else. Weaver may get a chance after weeks. It won't matter anyways. They'll blow everything up. Nothing lasts with interim coaches. And he picks and it won't be even 6 weeks in. It'll be like 10 or 12 when they do it, or 13, if it happens. So I hate T. Hill. Never wanted him from day one, says NorCal. His desire for must yards in a season bugged me. Yeah, I hated the 2,000-yard talk because that's not good for your team. When Hill, your franchise, you are dysfunctional. I think he was 5 in or 6 in jersey sales last year. Well, I don't care what he was last year in jersey sales. All I can tell you is he's a clown, and I hate that they gave him that extension, and they're stuck with him for one more year. And after that, that's it. By the way, I should mention that Brandon Crook from the Zone in Orlando, he's the guy that posted that sound from Mike McDaniel. He does the Magic, I think, pre and post game shows or something like that. I know Brandon, and so just want to give him love because that was his sound, and so might as well give love to the people that are putting the work in and give them the credit that they deserve. Know what I'm saying? Remember Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Many ways to support our show. Visit our amazing sponsors. You can make a donation, as always, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. And you can also make a donation on PayPal. Use the QR codes there. Also, please help us. We want to go to Spain and cover the Dolphins. That might be the only special game of the season, which is the one in Spain. And we want to cover that game. And so if you can, there's the QR code. You can make a donation, and I appreciate it. And appreciate those of you that have made a donation already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Patrick Dillingham, thank you, sir. Brian Radke, thank you, sir. Stephen D. Felippis, thank you, sir. Those of you that have given us a donation on the GoFundMe page, thank you, thank you, thank you. We haven't even gotten close to our first goal yet. We're not even close. So if you can help us, whatever it is, you can make a donation. Thank you. We appreciate it. I know some of you have also made a donation straight through Venmo, that you've made a generous donation, so thank you out there, as always. Appreciate you all, however it is that you Ho Yoon, I know you, sir, have made several donations, so thank you. But please help us get to that point. It would be pretty cool for us to cover that event. We get to do the show all week long out there at a Dolphins bar in Spain with Dolphins fans, and we'll do our pre and post game show, and of course we'll break any news that's out there. Okay, so there you go. Let's see. I don't think the Dolphins are going to sniff the playoffs this year, or if they do, they'll be out in one game. I fully expect McDaniel and Greer to be fired. Well, maybe not Greer. I don't know. But I expect for sure McDaniel to be gone by sometime this season or at the end of the year, because he's not the guy, dude. He's not the guy. And then the front office, as much as I like them, okay, and I don't think they've done a bad job with their personnel, but they've hired the two coaches. So as I've said many times, I know it's hard to imagine them getting a chance to hire their third coach. I really do. Unless McDaniel's not their hire. That's the only thing I can think of. So let's see. Rosendo F202 says NorCal, I don't care about individual players per se. I want winners. Players come and go. Fins for life. That is true. Tua train is derailed. Another wasted season coming in all likelihood. Well, Lofi, wait a minute. Tua ruins his own seasons anyways. As I was telling somebody yesterday, I think, Tua's injuries had nothing to do with the O-line last year. As much as the O-line wasn't great last year, he missed games because of him, not because of the line. He chose to do stupid shit, and that's why he was out. Nothing more, nothing less. And he proved it 2 years ago where he didn't play behind a great line, but he got rid of it the right way. And he was untouched most of the time. He rarely took any hits 2 years ago. Why? Because he actually used his head to play the game, not to actually run. So that's really, Tua derails the season on his own. More often than not, it's him stretching out a play and buying too much time and getting clobbered, or running and seeking contact, or somebody intercepted him and the dumbass thinks that he's going to tackle them. I mean, it's just, I can't explain the Tua thing. And this whole bullshit about, like, he tells his dad and tells the coach, and I'm a competitor. Bro, please, give me a break. Give me a break. You're not more of a competitor than Marino. Okay? But you got to know your limitations. And we all have them. And if we don't know our limitations, then Tua, look what happens every time you go above your limitations. You're so limited running, but yet you think you're going to outrun people. You're not a big person, but you think you can take on tacklers. I mean, it's just like, so Lofi, I blame Tua for Tua stuff more than anything else. It's rare that we have to go and turn to a lineman and say, oh, dude, Jesse Davis, you got Tua injured. Okay, that happened. But that's not really what normally happens. So Tua ruins it on his own because he chooses to ruin it on his own. Let's see. Oh, call me crazy, but I feel Tua is better QB without Tyreek. The ball spreads around better. Dude, Tua's fine. Just get rid of it. You see the coverages. You know who's going to be open, bro. You know it. Just go. Take your 2-3 steps and get rid of the ball. That's all, dude. And you're right. He can be a terrific quarterback any way possible. It has nothing to do with Mike McDaniel. He has had no effect on Tua outside of giving him confidence. He doesn't make him a better football player. He makes him a worse football player, actually, because he doesn't help him with the line. He doesn't help him with the running game. He doesn't help him by getting plays in on time. He doesn't get him by coaching his team the wrong way, all of that. He sets up his entire offense for failure. Tua whatever success Tua has had, it's in spite of Mike McDaniel. But they're stuck, so it doesn't matter. Everybody's here, they're playing, and they're screwed. Unless the guy goes and commits some dirty-ass crime that they've got to get rid of him for no, because they got no choice. That's the only way. Outside of that, they're stuck. Maybe the odds are better if I bet on the Finns this season, and they might shock us. You know what? That's a good idea, Rosendo. We should pick the Finns to lose everything, and then they'll do the complete opposite. I like that. I mean, the other way doesn't help us. I've been trying the other way for years. Yeah. John Rouse is in the house. What a joke. I wanted him out after the first year. He's just not head coaching material, no matter how much experience he gets. Amen. Amen. No matter what, bro, that guy would screw up the 72 Dolphins. Okay? Mike McDaniel will screw up the 70s Dolphins. They don't win shit with him. 2 years ago is called an anomaly based on his career. Love to argue and tell you you're wrong on that one. That's 100% on target. That's all it was. It was a flukish year for Tua because he's refused to play like that his entire career. And his entire college and NFL career and high school is littered with injuries. So it is an anomaly. Yeah. Which means we won't see it ever again. So, yeah. Terrific. Great call. Zachary Tua doesn't understand that because he thinks it's more important to lay it all on the line out there. That's all. All right, folks, we're out of here. We thank the great Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend that knows how to get it done. We thank all of you that tuned in. Please hit the like button. It's very important that you smash the hell out of the like button before you go or whenever you're watching or listening. Please visit our amazing sponsors like Acura of Pembroke Pines, of course. And you can make a donation, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal as always. And help us get to Spain, please. That would be that's the best thing to do this year. I don't know. I don't expect much of a year, but that game, and it's going to be against the Bengals. At least that's what the Mayor Madrid said. So we might have a fun game. Okay. So that will be the good one to cover. And if you can, use that QR code and make whatever donation, and we appreciate it immensely. We'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.